managers who deserve to have a better ending. Back in 1996, Arsenal made a bold choice and hired a manager that most fans never even heard of. His name was Arsene Wenger, and right from the start, people were doubting if he was the right guy for the job, since at the time, English football was stuck to its old ways, and not much was changing about how teams played, or even what players ate. But what happened next changed everything for both Arsenal and the Premier League. You see, Wenger didn't just teach his players a new way to play, he changed the way they thought about the whole game. Players had to ditch things like red meat and chocolate bars and start focusing on healthier food, stretching, and fitness routines. And at first, the team thought he was crazy, but soon Wenger's ideas turned Arsenal into one of the most exciting teams to watch. But the real magic happened just a few years later. The thing is, Wenger's Arsenal ended up making history by going an entire league season without losing a single game. This group became known as the Invincibles, and nobody had done that for over 100 years. Players like Thierry Henry and Patrick Vieira became legends, while the whole football world watched in awe as Wenger's team stayed undefeated for 38 games straight. But as time went on, the story took a surprising turn that almost nobody saw coming. As it turns out, Wenger had to lead Arsenal through one of the toughest moments in the club's history, the move to the brand new Emirates Stadium. Because the new stadium was so expensive, the club had barely any money to spend on top players. Yet, even with this huge challenge, Wenger kept Arsenal near the top of the table and even won more FA Cups than any other manager in the history of the tournament. But sadly, Wenger's story doesn't have a happy ending. What I mean is that after years of keeping Arsenal at the top and winning trophies, some fans turned on Wenger. They blamed him when the team didn't win the league or lost big games, and it started to get ugly. Fans shouted at him in the stadium, made banners and protests, and even cheered for him to leave the club. The same people who once sang his name now wanted him out so badly that the club almost forgot everything he had done. So, in May 2018, Wenger finally said goodbye to Arsenal after 22 years. As he walked off the pitch for the last time, many fans realized just how much he had given to the club, and he was honored. However, the pain of all those boos and protests during his final years stuck with him. And in his own words, Wenger said the way some people treated him during his final year was a disgrace. And I post football stories like this every single day. Follow if you want the algorithm to show them.